Well, kids will start heading back to school in just a couple of weeks, and many will ride those iconic yellow school buses to get there. Missoula County Public Schools are taking some extra precautions to make sure all the young students are safe. Helena's schools started putting seatbelts in their school buses back in 2012, and as Connor McCauley reports, MCPS is following suit.
It's been a while since I've had to ride on one of these school buses, and while the level of comfort to these seats has maybe not changed too much, the addition of seatbelts to 7 new MCPS buses and the retrofitting of 30 older buses has really raised the safety level for everyone along for the ride.
Overall, school buses are one of the most safest routes of transportation. I mean, they're very safe. Even in accidents, they rarely tip over or anything like that. But if they were to tip over, seatbelts really can help that situation, so you don't have kids, falling over each other. So what seatbelts on buses mean for us is just an added level of safety for our transportation routes.
Only about 2/3 of MCPS buses will have seatbelts installed this year for a couple of different reasons.
My understanding is any bus that was built after 2012 could be retrofitted, so they only had so many of those buses, so those are the ones they chose to retrofit. And then buses get replaced about once every 10 years. And so when the new buses get replaced, when the older ones get replaced with new ones, they will come automatically with seatbelts. So that's also part of the phasing process.
The decision on which routes will be receiving buses with seatbelts will be left to bus contractor Beach Transportation, and different factors play into that choice.
It'd be nice to have them on every bus. If we had to prioritize, we prioritize the routes that are, longer routes or that go out of town, maybe on slicker roads in the wintertime. Prioritize seatbelts for those buses, where the in-town routes were a lower priority at this point in time. But obviously, we would love to have seatbelts on every bus, but it's just going to take a few years to get there.
In Missoula, Connor McCauley, MTN News.
Retrofitting an old bus costs around $11,000, while just adding them onto a newer bus costs around $9,000, according to Stone. Beach Transportation says they hope that all MCPS routes will have seatbelts on the buses within 4 years.